So we are here this evening with Chico Fonseca. It's January 2024. How old are you, Chico?
See, any year come and goes. It is like a age of a person.
Yeah.
It's like a calendar.
Yeah.
You cannot stop the age, you cannot stop the year, you cannot stop the tide, and you cannot stop the nature. For me, the year will be what I do for the year. Year will not do anything. Like Kennedy said, see what you do for your country, not the country does for you. For me is that if you have good intention.
So let's say you're 40 years old or 26.
What is it?
Let's say you're 40 years old or 26. Now to look back on those years, which are the highlights of your career? What do you consider to be the 3 or 5 most important and most memorable events in your life, musically?
Most important is that I started singing. That was a one step forward at the request of our chaplain priest, Padri Luis, who was director of Caritas.
Alberto Luis.
Yeah.
Alberto Luis.
So he said, why don't you sing anything? First song I sang was Manhã do Carnaval. Canta meu coração, alegria voltou, tão feliz amanhã desse amor. Manhã tão bonita, manhã do dia feliz que chegou. O sol no céu surgiu em cada cor, brilho do som então ao coração. Depois decidi feliz. And that same song I sang in Paris when I went to Paris. And they like very much, especially the attaché for culture of
France.
Madame Casdadar, attaché to the Prime Minister of France at that time.
So you started singing at what age?
I started singing, what you can say, just for jokes, here and there and all.
At what age?
What is that?
At the age of?
At the age of, you can say, 20, 19. But the real singing started with that song, Manhã do Carnaval. But the culmination of the whole thing was for medical recital.
Medical
Ball? Rest of the Escola Médica.
Ball, medical ball?
Medical, no, not ball. It's a medical recital. They used to have every year.
A big dance?
Not dance.
Okay.
It is just a projection of singers and all.
Like a musical show?
All doctors.
Musical show?
Yeah, musical show.
Okay.
And it was there that it was very much appreciated.
So you could perform although you were not a medical student?
I performed with all the doctors.
Okay.
Dr. Eloy Gomes
The famous,
was the
guitarist.
main, who was a maestro, ace in the guitar, Spanish guitar.
He died very young.
Raúl Pérez, Dr. Raúl Pérez, who was in the guitar. And then Dr. Flores, who was the best in violin.
Noel Flores?
No, brother. Then Dr. Eduardo Fonseca in violin. Cesar Bragança, who was the ace in the guitar. And to be precise, 2 violins, one Johnson and his Jolly Boys.
I see.
Yeah, he was a tremendous, you know.
Means Johnson himself or someone from Johnson's band?
No, Johnson himself.
I see.
Yeah. And to be exact and say, it was a success.
So which year was this in?
This was
I'm
the
not trying
last
to get your
recital,
age, yeah.
last recital soon after liberation.
62?
62.
Which month?
In month of December.
I see.
Yeah. It was
62 December.
after liberation.
61 December?
61 December. In December 61.
Which date?
I was 61. Sorry, 62 December. Man.
Okay, 1 year after
Yeah,
liberation.
1
1
year.
year. Because that it was still in place. It
Yeah,
was the
at
system
that
was
time
still in place.
I was in the Lyceum
Okay.
in the 6th year,
Okay.
just going to complete.
Ah, now we are getting your age. Okay, so anyway,
Yeah.
never mind. So,
And
so
now somebody asked me, those students to come here, how old are you now?
no, we won't get into that track because that's a
Ah.
long story. I want to know which are the highlights of your life. So you told me the
This
first
is
was
my-
Father Albert Lewis getting you started, and then the medical
This
music.
was the highlight of my life,
And what else?
to sing in the medical.
Yeah.
And the song I sang,
That was creme de la creme, no?
yeah, the song I sang was India.
India.
India. It was very rare. Nobody knew. It was well appreciated.
It's a Portuguese
be-
song. It's a Portuguese song of
Yes,
praise.
it is a Portuguese song, but composed by a European in Goa.
Okay.
That's why, and sung in Brazil also.
Okay.
Yeah. And after that, I continued singing, but the best this thing was for a crowd of Philharmonic Orchestra from America.
Which year?
It was 62, 74. 74. 1 month before I got married.
Okay.
Yeah, I got married in October.
Okay.
This was in September.
Where you performed?
This was performed in Ciudad Goa.
Siddhartha Goa was up already? I don't think so. It was up.
What?
Siddhartha Goa was not up in 74. I think it came in the 80s.
No, but they had sponsored by them. They were on the verge of
Okay.
starting.
Whatever.
I have a record, I think. I wrote there in
Yeah.
this thing.
I'll
I
check.
gave you.
Yeah.
It will be there. And after that, continued singing. Then I inaugurated all the hotels.
All the
Inaugurated
hotels?
Ciudad
Like,
Goa.
like which ones?
Like Ciudad Goa.
Yeah.
I inaugurated Taj, where we finished at 4 in the morning,
Yeah.
4:30. Nobody know which was the road also.
It was a small place in those
Yeah,
days.
at that time.
Who was there that time in the Taj?
Taj was the managing director, Mr. Kirkar. He's a Goan,
Ajit Kirkar.
Ajit Kirkar. Then he was the deputy partner of Ratan, of the father who died,
J.R.D. Tata.
J.R.D. Tata. His next was there. And J.R.D. Tata was not married, I think,
Okay.
but wife of the brother.
Okay.
It was a very
74 we are talking about, or which year?
the Taj was in 74, 75, soon after.
Okay.
Yeah, because Siddharth Goa and Taj became rivals afterwards.
Yeah. And they came up around the same time, in the
Same
70s.
time. Now Siddharth
The
is
later.
Taj already.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Today I saw in the TV.
True. It's been
that
taken over by
There's
the
going to
Taj.
be a conference now
On what?
in Taj. So on ecology and all.
Okay.
Some
That's interesting. But along the way, I remember you had given me a whole list of, memorabilia, copies of photos given to you during the time of the Chogam, heads of government, heads of state, appreciating your work, Margaret Thatcher and all that. And I'm sure this is something that meant a lot to you in those days,
Yeah.
and now too. But it's something that the people don't know about.
I have a photo with famous singer of Portugal, Amália Rodrigues.
Amalia.
And I sang for her the song that was prohibited in Portugal. It is her song,
Which one?
A Barra da Minha Saia. It was a type of corridinho, but it's a fado corrido.
Okay.
And where she depicted a Negro girl
Yeah.
that was prohibited to go through the streets of Lisbon
During the Salazar
during
time?
Salazar time.
Okay.
He was a ruthless fellow, but he brought Portugal in the shape, what you call it. And Amalia said, nothing do I will sing this song, I will propagate her name, and told the girl, don't worry, because you are black, and the olive fruit is black in color, and it goes to the table of the kings. They adore, and they will adore you also.
Okay, who are the other VIPs whom you played for and who appreciated?
See, the Deputy Prime Minister of Ceylon for the Commonwealth. Personally, one with two, Margaret Thatcher and Indira Gandhi. And it was such a security that I could not approach the table.
At the Taj,
at night.
You could not approach the table?
Approach table. No, not approach means close the table.
Yeah.
But Margaret Thatcher and Indira Gandhi said, you sit here.
Yeah.
You sit and sing. I sang, last song was Adeus Koto Vedu Paulo. And
famous Konkani.
And she took in writing. I don't know if she understood or not.
She took what?
She took in writing.
She took in writing.
Yeah.
The words
I translated in English as far as possible. But she got very much.
Who is this?
Margaret Thatcher. And next day, 3 days, 2 days when she went to Dolapaula to visit the cemetery,
British
we had a boat cruise.
Okay.
And then she asked me to sing again in the ferry.
Okay.
Yeah, it started at about 10 o'clock and finished at about 1:30.
We are talking about 1983 now.
Chogam.
The Commonwealth Heads of Government.
Then after that, I personally, all this personally, and with security, my God, all commandos and all. Then other prime ministers were Cyprus prime minister. For them, I was Hava, Nakila Hava, Nakila Hava, Nakila Hava. Tap. They start.
That is a Greek song, no?
Yeah, but Cyprus is
neighbor of Greek, and they have a dispute with Greeks also. Something.
I had a lot of VIPs with me. I have photos.
Trudeau. The current Trudeau's father, Pierre Trudeau.
Pierre Trudeau, what he told me, to be, I don't know the theologians, abroad he would have done a show. Keep it up, that's all. But Amani told me the best. You have voice as a man. I have a voice as a woman. She said.
Okay. Saying that it's different but important.
Yeah, but one thing, I have been even been projected abroad. Some friends of mine, cousins, they told me they saw him in TV of Brazil singing. When it was, when the TV came for bricks. And they filmed the whole thing near the chapel. I sang in Brazilian song.
Okay. You have visited. Sorry, what song?
Ole, mulher rodeira, ole, 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 mulher rodeira. Tu me ensinas a fazer renda, eu te ensino a namorar. Tu me ensinas a fazer renda, eu te ensino a namorar. Avião desceu a serra no dia que haja feira. Cabrei para ter meu mei, a ser mulher herdeira. La 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 la. La 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 la.
The Portuguese songs of Goa have got stuck in a time warp, so to speak, because we remember the songs of the 60s which are still popular now. No?
Yeah, I sing the song inaugural. Anybody comes here, the tourists come every week, every day almost now. I sing them Goa and Konkani and Portuguese. This song is composed by one fellow from Sioli. But I'm trying to recollect his name.
Reginald Fernandez?
Yeah, it is.
No, I'm asking you, I don't know.
I told 5-6 people, nobody turned.
In Portuguese or in Konkani?
In Konkani, but this was translated in Portuguese.
Maybe, who's that? Tina Costa's father, Alan Costa? No. Alan Costa.
Kitle suadi vortota nautuje, desnectulanus purbor chapache. Aiza consonsa, utorta nautuje, unante goa tikude, tiche. O Goa, sobit Goa, utraiena induaru, tuje orpon. O Goa, Soviet Goa, Hitleração a Satucazão, Ojaktat, Natujaikon, Dorot Gopit Moga, Porpanili Pod, Aizorban, Getlajikon, Deus Aroni Kiteasa, Dapon, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Very nice music.
Tão encantador esse meu ninho, tão pequenino, mas nome que sou. Por todo mundo é meu cantinho, todo doirado essa linda Goa. Oh Goa, linda Goa, quão grato é cantar a tua glória. Oh Goa, auria Goa, por mundo vai teu nome peregrino. Oh bela, linda Goa, a gema invejada da história, és o anseio de todo mundo. Feliz por ver-te, guardo o teu destino. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la.
Very charming lyrics and also.
Yeah,
tune.
everybody liked. Who could, but I want the name of that fellow. I told one girl from Seoli.
We
She
should,
forgot.
we should be able to find it if we ask around.
If you get,
Yeah, I will. I'll try. Chico, when you first.
this was pet song of Johnson and the Jolly Boys.
I see.
He used to.
You remember Johnson and the Jolly Boys? What all they used to play?
Yes, yes,
What
very-
all they used to play? I've
he-
only heard of them. I've probably never been for a dance.
He was in voice also was good, and violin was ace. He used to.
And band leader also was great.
We used to go for dance, only to.
Listen to it.
We were young, at 17, 18.
Where were his dances? Panjim,
Called
Opsa
National
Panjim
Vashnagam.
also. Panjim also.
And Carnival night. He used to.
How many members in the band?
Choo 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 केल्यावर रोकडे धावले.
Boys? Everyone used to run.
Everyone.
Okay, how many members were in his band?
Band, his violin, drummer, trumpet, sax, and piano also sometimes. Yeah. But
You
but
remember-
old distinguished,
Old chum. You remember any of his other musicians?
different from others.
You remember his other musicians' names?
What are they?
You remember the names of his musicians?
Say, one is there. Oh, la più bella, oh, bella, da Manuela.
So this was the 60s, a time of great change and transformation in Goa.
Goa, sir.
And the music scene was suddenly changing very drastically from Portuguese, which was out of fashion suddenly, and getting lost and looked down upon.
You know, the transition period was a little hard because people were accustomed for Portuguese this thing,
And suddenly that to
and the
change.
rumors were Portuguese kita upkanare, ata English English. It was all bullshit. I want to complete my 7th year. Remember
Yeah.
that professor one said, "Why you waste your time? You go directly to college." I did my BA and all the. Had I done 70 years, would have been different? Oh, nothing, almost. But I would say, because I was always with between 16 and 18 marks.
Out of 20.
Out of 20.
In the Lyceum.
Always. Even I studied arts. English they used to teach.
Yeah.
Now these fools are hammering in Marathi. Marathi they used to teach in Lyceum. You know, Professor Talolikar was there.
I see.
And who used to teach Sanskrit, you know,
Who?
in Portugal?
So Marian.
Eduardo Falir's father.
Okay. Edward Faleto's father.
Yeah.
And Marian Saldana also from Ukasai. I
He
think.
used to speak Sanskrit, it
Yeah,
seems.
yeah.
That's what I.
Yeah.
We had yes.
So
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah,
so,
the Bob Matabudu.
tell us what you remember of the musical trends of the 60s in Goa.
It was very romantic when the girls and all used to sit here in the riverside
Yeah.
at late nights
I see.
and sing. And one of the songs very popular was Encosta tua cabecinha no meu ombro chora e conta logo tuas mágoas todas para mim. Quem chora no meu ombro juro que não vai embora, que não vai embora, que não vai embora. Encosta tua cabecinha no meu ombro chora. Amor, eu quero teu carinho, porque eu fico tão sozinho. Não sei se as saudades ficam, se ela vai embora, que ela vai embora, porque gosta de mim.
That's a very emotional song from the 60s. Let me say one thing. I think it's Brazilian.
Yeah.
And I searched on the net for a lot of
Brazilian
time.
means it is a story of
Yeah.
a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
When they traveled, the boy happened to be in the bus, in the
Yeah.
autocarro they called it.
Yeah.
And the girl saw he just tears in his eyes. He was coming from a funeral and that was his mother. And he was crying, shedding tears. She said, "Why you cry? Why? Please come sit up." He explained, "This is this. Don't worry, I am here with you. You know, put your shoulder on me.
Yeah.
Encosta tua cabecinha."
Put your head on my shoulder and cry.
Cry. And it continued till he reached a distance of about 50 kilometers.
My understanding of the story is a little bit different. I may be wrong. But it's such an important song from the Goa of the 60s. I'll tell you why I think it was later. But from what I read,
You have Brazil, no?
yeah, some connection. But from what I read, there was this musical composer, I forget his name, who was just doing on average something. And then he saw this girl in the bus who was crying. And this song came to his mind. And he wrote the song. And the
Yeah.
words are, "Put your head on my shoulder and cry." And it's such an emotional song. It's a love song, but I think my understanding of it, I may be totally wrong on this, is just my guess. In the 60s, there was a lot of trauma in the sense that, those who had grown up in Portuguese times were
Yes,
suddenly
sir.
feeling orphaned because the country you had thought you were part of had been separated from you. So in a way, it was a political song, "Lay your head on my shoulder and cry." I don't know if I'm right, I don't know if I'm
And
wrong.
even in Portugal, when revolution took place,
Yeah. 74.
yeah, the songs have changed.
Yeah.
They went for rock and all,
Yeah.
whatever.
But this
it
has
is.
stayed on in Goa.
But,
This
the,
has stayed on
but
in
the
Goa.
people understood the culture
Okay.
and they came back to the Fado.
Okay.
And Fado was, now up to now,
Yeah.
you don't leave Portugal without Fado. Like you come to India and you see ghazals and all things. Each country has
And you
its
don't
own-
leave Goa without a...
What is it?
You wouldn't leave Goa without what form of song, according to you?
What leave Goa?
Yeah. If someone comes to Goa, what is the kind of music they should encounter?
When they come here, I give them for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I sing them in Konkani starting.
Yeah.
Then Portuguese, Konkani daughter sang that. That is the entry song.
Yeah.
Portuguese, then Spanish, and again Konkani just to mold, especially our Kurmis.
Yeah.
Sejidana paigale rejaki, uncharo tre de sonoports, loka gale goro okudburshi. Kurbia vivaura kukora lagora, tashepiu pak adi tolo koruna. Burusoria batleu, ahayam gegara, kurbia bizolo mole soria chabo lang. Lo kotong asare gara, pasare lagi toire baka, auya no deutar asatiga. Ai chirati niduna kadi, niduna soper, nor sagelia, utreja ki orazani mara. Kurbia vivaura, kukora lagora, Tashe piupak adi tolo konuna. Burosoria batlio. Ahai abgegara. Kurbiya. Sol bole so. Reacha bola.
To be fair, Goa is a really mixed salad bowl of different trends and different
See,
layers, different layers of music.
That's why one customer who was working for Herald Tribune,
Yeah,
you go on have different attitudes and different.
yeah.
And I hear from you, he said,
Yeah.
I don't think you have been born in Goa.
Ah,
I said, I have born in Goa. I absorbed all the cultures.
yeah.
I have been even in the Caribbean.
I see.
And there I sang one song, Manhã do Carnaval, that first one,
Okay.
because the Caribbeans were
Celebrating
French
Carnival.
Caribbeans,
French Carnival.
Guadeloupe, Martinique, you know.
Yeah.
And Martinique is just below Barbados. I sang, now I forgot to tell you, I sang even the room where Harry Belafonte sings.
I see.
That was Cuckoo Paloma.
How many countries have you traveled to?
What is
How many countries of the world have you visited?
that? About 6, 7. Singapore, Hong Kong,
Yeah.
Thailand, then France, then Guadeloupe, then Martinique, and we were supposed to go to Santa Lucia, but could not go because of election problem. There was,
Amazing, amazing. All scattered countries, very far away, very distant. Tell me one thing, Chico. When you
and when I went to on the flight, I know French. I spoke French to the air hostess. So said, "Vous parlez français très bien." Gave me a bottle of champagne.
I see. The advantage of being born in a Luso era of Goa.
At what time? At 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was sipping that up to 6 o'clock.
Okay, not to be forgotten.
Yes.
Chico, tell me, when you first realized you were a good musician, how did you realize? Did you notice that you could sing well, you could play well, or both, or that?
No,
that
one thing in my family,
Yeah,
I tell you frankly,
Fonseca's.
yes, Fonseca and mother also, Muniz,
Okay.
especially mother and Fonseca also. Mother, grandmother was a heavy pianist. The day the Titanic ship collapsed,
Sank.
was bombarded
Sank.
in Second World War,
Yeah.
she played the march of Titanic, mourning for the people.
Which year? This was
1945.
Not 45. Before that.
Before that, just before that, Second World War.
No, I think Titanic was not part of the war. I'm not sure.
What is
Whatever.
it?
Titanic was not part of the war. Anyway.
Not war, but it was.
Yeah. It sank.
Yeah, it was famous.
Yeah.
So much she played, people were admiring of that. But my father had good voice.
I see.
Yeah.
So you realize you had a good voice or good guitar playing?
See,
or
I
what?
never praised myself. Other Professor Adon Figueiredo, who was in the Lyceum, professor, he told me, "Oh, rapaz, você tem uma voz muito boa, very good." Because I sang once in the Lyceum. I said, "Sole lohle karu, tare music." Oh, tem razão. He liked very much.
Your
He
connections
asked me
are-
to sing old song, one Mando, and that was composed by the Lohdekar, Tarkat Figueiredo by name, famous.
Torquat Figueiredo.
Yeah, he,
He's written about in the book on the Manda.
yeah.
You mentioned Antonio Figueiredo. He is the same person who set up the Academia Musica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the first. There was a lot of criticism for him to take Academia, but it was Bernard Gedge before that one governor.
Governor Bernard Geddes.
Yeah, Gedge.
After Uma wrote
He
his
is the
name,
one put
who
down.
put him there.
What
And
is-
Academia was on this road. Very
He
close
was
to your house.
next building.
This building?
Yeah, that one. Where rickshaws are there.
I remember coming to it as
No.
a kid.
That was for 20 years, something like that. There were 3 rooms and plus on top.
So that was a precursor to the
You know that
to the Kala Academy.
you know where it was Don Bosco?
Yeah.
First, where? Down.
Don Bosco was here.
If you used to sit on top of the car, Volkswagen, or Padri Scuderi, Padre Monja,
Italian
Padre,
priest. Moja,
Moja, and Carreno.
I've heard these names.
We used to climb on the
top of the Beetle, Volkswagen Beetle.
What the Beetle, and he used to sing Hallelujah, Hallelujah. He used to sing.
I see. but coming back to Maestro Figueiredo, what are your memories of talented?
He was the first musician, became musician, going to Rome in the academy.
And very encouraging, like how
Very
he encouraged
smart.
you. He encouraged you.
The first time he conducted this thing,
Symphony orchestra.
orchestra, it was a success.
62, 63, when was that?
Something like that.
I have a photo which shows, I think, Dr. Maria Aurora Couto and all. Of course,
Yes. They have in this thing in the bibliothèque, I think.
I mean, it's
They have. They must have that. It's a
historic event.
strict something.
Everyone talks about it.
Yeah.
So the precursor to Kala Academy was just around the corner from your house.
That house is the Kala Academy, the Academy of the Music. Just
And how many students would go to it?
who?
How many students would go? How many students?
How many students?
Yeah.
At that time, there were about, I tell you exactly, one teacher for piano,
Yeah.
he for violin and all sort of thing.
Yeah.
And being one professor from Kurtori, he was also a violinist. He was there. And later on, two more, one from Loturi, they said Berdabe, they used to tell him Bebo.
But it was funded by the government.
Yes, it was. But what used to pay? You know how much is to earn? Tell me, more or less,
70 rupees.
150.
Which is a lot of money in those days.
You know this
In
mirror?
those days, it's like-
you,
it's
you
like
know this
40,000.
mirror? You know this mirror?
Yeah.
This mirror.
Yeah,
was brought from Hong Kong,
Yeah.
Shanghai to China.
Yeah.
It's almost we have registered this.
Yeah.
Almost 300 years.
Really?
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
history. Not a single plate is purchased now. All plates are 300. You know, they were lying in Loturi,
Yeah.
in my village.
So why you're telling me this? You're saying it was reasonably priced in those days, or how much you bought it for?
This mirror was paid in seraphim.
Seraphins,
Yeah.
old currency.
Yeah, one negligible amount.
Yeah.
One seraphim. Till it reached Goa, the whole cost of the mirror was 20 rupees.
Okay,
I think it's all.
correct.
My father used to sustain two houses
Yeah.
plus one in the property.
Yeah.
How much he used to earn,
How much?
80 rupees.
There is a lot of money.
Law secretary.
I see. But tell us about your musical other memories, which
My musical memories is the serenading at nights. The whole lot I sang in India first.
yeah.
The same boys, except Johnson. We used to serenade at nights.
Okay, so serenading was an accepted thing. It was like
Yeah,
okay,
special
it
thing,
was
nice.
okay?
Yeah,
It was okay.
the girls used to come out,
Yeah.
throw us bananas,
I see.
toffees.
But it was not misunderstood. You were not seen as any. It was not seen as unwelcome to the girls. The girls didn't see it as something bad or unwelcome. Or it was. It was
No,
okay.
spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
Twice a week we used to do.
I see.
Yeah. Once I remember, we were playing in this thing, Nossa Senhora de Piedade, near the State Bank.
Yeah.
Suddenly, from nowhere, two dogs came past through us. The yellow one side. We were laughing. So one day we were somewhere high. We have not much. We missed the road in Kandori.
Yeah.
We had gone to celebrate Pachik, his birthday, and
Padri Chico,
yeah,
Padri Chico.
and such a way that we were distrayed into a cottage that was a tavern.
I see. I see. You're already there.
Yo, Baba, yo. We had sweet memories.
So that's,
But you cannot repeat that now.
Yeah.
Now it has become mechanical. And there's no play, fun in that.
Tell us about Padri Chico. We've heard a lot about
He
him.
was a gentleman. That much I can say. And he was an educator. He had problem with government because of this citizenship.
Passport, citizenship, visa and all that.
yeah.
He
told,
insisted that
yeah,
he had the right.
one of the sessions in the court,
Yeah.
I was there just to
Yeah?
listen. Yeah. And the advocate of his was Amgalo, Bruda Costa.
Okay.
And the advocate of the government was one Mr. Manohar Joishi by name from Pune.
Okay.
Yeah. That time, the advocate,
Yeah.
Bruda Costa closing his eyes, he was a little
Yeah, I said.
defended him tooth and nail.
Yeah.
Pachi got up and said, I don't need advocates. I brought because it is a way to defend.
Yeah.
I am ready to go to jail. That's the Pachi word.
See, just for those who might not know, Padri Chico was a priest in Goa, very popular among the youth. They did a lot for football, maybe music also.
He was an educator, first
and,
of all.
and educator, and he influenced a lot of people. But
And
after
football lover,
61
football
after
lover.
61 yeah, football lover. I mean, very popular. But after 61, got into the center of this controversy over whether, as a Goan, he had a right to stay on in Goa on whatever passport he
He wanted
chose.
one thing.
He whatever
As a
passport
Goan,
he chose.
he wanted to die in Goa.
Correct. And he said, I'm born in Goa, I will die in Goa.
All of
And,
Baba,
and the government of India said that you have to.
Dr.
take it.
Dr. Remy Smith,
Yeah.
Dr. Gustav Monteir, and Cordeir, the Jewish Cordeir.
Mapsa.
It was a clique.
I see.
They were the commanders of football and
Really?
everything. Pachi used to get, but Pachi was Pachi. On the day he died, I told the family, today one legend has gone.
Who are the musical legends you remember of your time?
Musical others that were Lucy Miranda, then his brother Pandit by name,
Pandit?
Pandit.
Pandit Miranda?
He was Manuel something like that, but nickname was kept Pandit only.
Okay.
Nobody knew him.
Really?
Like
After
me,
Pandit Nehru?
like me, Francis.
Yeah.
Nobody knows me by Francis. So the postman brought a check from LIC
Yeah.
due something, and he said, Francis, called to me.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the. No, to Chico, and took back.
But of course, Chico is diminutive for
Everywhere I was known
so
as.
so
Chico.
you were talking about the musicians.
Yeah, musical everywhere we were known by nicknames. And in Portuguese time, nicknames were rampant.
I see.
No,
Like
in the it was a fashion like in the Lyceum. There was one fellow student, son of a fisher folk, but
Yeah.
descendant.
Yeah.
He used to go fishing with father. Shouta ila.
I see. But who are the other musicians who you looked up to? Besides Lucio. Lucio was in Indo-Portuguese also in a very big
Lucio
way.
was a good
Very
singer.
big way.
Lucio,
Guitarist also.
Pandit brother.
I see.
Then one Souza from Mapsa. He is advocate now.
I see.
And Margao, Francis Kulas
Yeah.
and others.
Each is catching up with all of us. But yeah, he was very strong in the mando and music and many things. Many things. But which were the bands you recall in those days?
Johnson.
Yeah.
Then
Tuna Sparks?
uh,
Tuna Sparks?
who?
Tuna Sparks?
These are the usual band, but
Yeah.
for dances,
Yeah.
Johnson, his Jolly Boys. Then Margao, Radio Serenaders.
Serenaders.
Then one more, three were rampant. And groups were Sparks.
Yeah.
And then Beat 4.
Beat 4. Ramos.
Yeah. Then Ramo came in picture.
Yeah. Ramo in India and all
India,
that.
so many.
Yeah.
But it was atmosphere. I can say, Goa was a romantic place, like.
Very Latin influenced.
And Carnival was something different. We used to prepare 1 month before
Cocotes.
Shiga zata the.
Powder fights, powder battles.
I remember one day, Cocotes was one thing, Carnival was. There was a fight, literal fight.
I see.
One fellow was knocked down in the eye.
Okay.
Like that.
It can be lethal.
So the-
But in terms of the change that you all saw, was it sudden? Did the music scene change suddenly, or did it change slowly, or what?
Where?
In Goa, the Portuguese scene was fading out in the 60s.
Yeah, music was rooted already.
Yeah.
It was revived.
In the 80s.
Yes, very much revived. Because when liberation took place,
Yeah.
they thought the culture would go this and that. On the contrary, Hindus became more attached than
Westernized,
others.
westernized.
Westernized.
But in the 80s, then again it became acceptable to talk about Portuguese culture and all that. Be
It
right?
was a distorted fact.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, nobody wanted to condemn Portuguese, but there was a current that vested vested interest.
Yeah.
They tried to propagate.
But what you're saying, I get what you're saying. There was a strong anti-Portuguese undercurrent, which was also political.
created.
Which was created
Created. It was.
for political reasons.
Tinha seus cabelos nos ombros caídos, negros como a noite que não tem luar. Teu lábio de rosa para mim sorrindo, eu não sei bem se desse teu olhar. Índia da pau e morena, tua boca pequena, eu quero beijar. Índia da pau e morena, tua boca pequena, eu quero beijar. Índia, sabe que tu verso da flor. Vem, eu quero te dar o meu grande amor. Eu for embora e para bem estar, e chegar a hora de dizer adeus. Fica no meu braço.
What different kinds of music you have played in your life?
Even now,
Yeah.
I sing in Konkani, in Portuguese, Spanish, Italian. They told me you know so many languages. Where you study? I don't think you have been in Goa. It seems one fellow said. I said, Baba, I like music and the Caribbean songs and all. I can give program of about 2-3 hours.
I see.
Because when I go to hotels, I start at 7 and with intervals, of course.
Yeah.
After 4 songs, 3 songs, and finish at about 11:30.
Wow.
11. That's because this synagogue I inaugurated. Majorda Beach Resort I inaugurated. I means
Not the big beaches.
yeah, sitting with the directors and all.
I see.
And other song once I sang, they asked me to repeat 3 times.
I see.
Those were the days.
Okay.
Once upon a time there was a tavern where we used to raise a glass or two. Remember how we laughed every hour, thinking about the great things we would do. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they never end. We sing under forever every day. We lived a life we chose, we fight and never lose, so very young and sure to have our way. La 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 la.
What kind of music would you like to do if you have the time and the health to do it?
Now the trend, I innovate music means I don't sing in one line, same music. I like to listen different type of music. Like study one friend of mine from Bangalore. Sunil by name. He is a journalist in Thailand, but he is settled now because of mother. He gave me one. You have to listen that. A Colombian singer. Yeah. Let us see what it is. But Colombian, they sing mostly in Spanish and all that. One song I like, but it's very difficult for me. For me means not for my voice.
Yeah.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. Na, 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 na. Beautiful it is.
You see yourself as more of a singer, more of a guitarist, what, or both?
Guitarist, I know the principle of guitar, but Pakka guitarist like my brother Eloy, they are classical fellows. I know guitar, but I'm not saying that I'm superior in guitar. I know accompany myself. I know, but I don't go out of tune. I know the change is this and that. But real guitarists are they, Eloy and all.
Dr. Eloy went early, no?
Yeah.
Someone said that he was a doctor, but he didn't use
He
his
went-
stethoscope for a single day.
He went early. Raoul Perry went early. Raoul Perry died of about 49,
Really?
50. Doctor, prominent doctor from Bombay,
Who?
great friend of Eloy, used to come and all say. He said, Eloy is a doctor. He's a good friend of mine, very good friend.
Yeah.
But his stethoscope is not his guitar. Guitar is his stethoscope.
Fontainhas is full of music.
Who?
Fontainhas is full
He
of...
was completely music in the sense, these girls, all the girls in every house used to sing.
Really?
Yeah, at night you should see the.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to sit here in the. It was something different.
Late in the evening.
Yeah, 30, 11.
Yeah. After dinner.
After the food, this and that.
Yeah.
And love affairs was terrific. Everybody this.
Okay. Thank you so much for those insights. Really nice to talk to you.
One thing I'm requesting you, come whenever you feel, just give me a call
Yeah.
and come and see. But ladies. Deus